Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States of America, replacing the greatest, the greatest, the greatest, the one who took a was it 9 millimeters or 308 or maybe I don't know, maybe it was sophisticated enough to be a 308 blackout in his neck. And adios, amigo. Going to heaven of sharpshooters. No, he's not a sharpshooter. He's a farm boy from Utah. He has some mental problems because he's white American. So the white Americans, when they shoot each other and us and them and everybody, because they do not discriminate when they want to kill everybody. They are not thugs like we colored people because they are white people, but they are not colors. So when they go on spread and kill everybody, like every day, they are in distress. They have mental problems. yeah. Uh, I'm sweating so hard. Well, anyway, I am right now in the United States of Bharat, controlled by the United States of Bharat, by people from the United States of Bharat, like the greatest corporations in our nation, in our great American history. Like, I don't know, FedEx, UPS, Google, YouTube, everybody's controlled by the greatest of the United States of Bharat. Not to left behind Mr. Kash Patel from the FBI because he is on the watch. He's on the watch of Mr. Charlie A. Kirk. So now, let's see what this guy, this Indian guy from the United States of Bharat, is saying about Charlie. Let's listen.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. JD Vance here, live from my office in the White House complex. And
now, listen, on the background, they have Irish music or Celtic music on the background. Now, remember, that the Irish are not from Ireland. They are from the Peninsula Iberica, what today we call the Kingdom of Spain, Portugal, Andorra, and France. So analyze the confusion that they are creating. The music is not theirs. It belonged to Rodriguez, to Gonzalez, to Marco Rubio, to Ted Cruz, to Salazar.
Filling in for somebody who cannot be filled in for, but I'm going to try to do my best. My dear friend, the great Charlie Kirk.
So Charlie Kirk is out there with Constantine the Great and with Alexander the Great, Fidel the Great. Let's check it out.
The last several days have been extremely hard for our country. They've been hard for me, hard for my family, hard for the countless people in this building who knew and loved Charlie Kirk, and of course, they've been hardest most of all for his darling wife, Erica, and their two beautiful children. The thing is, every single person in this building, we owe something to Charlie. He was...
Well, I don't think so. I don't think anybody there owe anything to Charlie. I think everybody owe something to Donald Trump because they empower because of Donald Trump. But I don't think Charlie and his kids and wife owe anything even to Charlie because they are countless children right now in jail in concentration camps. And not just now. Don't forget the originals on the United States of America, the Apache and the Navajo, that they continue to be in concentration camps for the past 160 years. Or more. And that is what these people represent. These people represent nothing but division, nothing but Nazism, nothing but superiority of a race that does not exist. It is people trying to convince you that you're something else so you can kill somebody else. And that is exactly what happened in this case, that the white Americans are lost control and now they're killing each other and calling themselves great. They are not great. They are the worst of humanity. They have no interest whatsoever in advancing humanity. And I show it to you. I will demonstrate it to you right here.
A joyful warrior for our country. He loved America. He devoted himself tirelessly to making our country a better place. He was a critical part of getting Donald Trump elected as president, getting me elected as vice president. And so much of our success over the last 7 months is due to his efforts, his staffing, his support, and his friendship. I don't think that I'm alone in saying that Charlie was the smartest political operative I ever met. Everyone knew him as...
No, really. I do not agree with you on that one. The greatest political mind of all time is Donald Trump. And the reason is because he's a liar. He just lies and lies and lies and convinces people of his lies, like Mr. J.D. Vance and Mr. Marco Rubio. A few years back, they called Mr. Donald Trump a con man, a guy that was just a criminal. And now they are worshiping this guy, they took a bullet, and saying that he was the greatest mind on the planet. These people are really completely delusional. I mean, completely. And telling you that they are the greatest of minds. Maybe I am the greatest of the minds around, that I'm telling you the truth, and have the cojones to tell you the truth. Because all of you little sissy boys, all you do is repeat.
This fearless debater, this guy who would take the conservative message into hostile places and inspire younger generations to have courage. One thing that's hit a lot of those young Americans over the last week was how Charlie was there for them when others...
There is no such a thing as a young American. And there is no such a thing of childhood anymore. These people, what they're doing is conditioning you. And what they transferring to the youth, like Mr. Socrates say, you are killing me because the reality that I'm showing the youth is that Mr. Charlie have trying to teach these youth people or these young people that he is not an immigrant. He is not an immigrant. That he is a settler. So the Apache and the Mexicales and Rodriguez, they are the immigrants. But I am here from Poland, learn how to speak English, play little Irish music that belong to Rodriguez and call it that is mine and appropriate it, and then appropriate signs and symbols like Mr. Haggard and Patel Cash from Rodriguez, and call everybody Americans, but they are not Americans. And that is what they transfer to you, a lie, a make you feel good lie. Remember, the English are no English. The English are French and Iberians. They move into the Britannian Islands or the Britons Islands. And they are from all parts of Europe. This English thing is something new. The same is this American sense is something new. And that they are many Americans continent. That is what they transfer in you, a lie. Just selling you a little pitch so you can little miniature minds follow you as a marketing group. Oh, I am from Czechoslovakia. I have a Czechoslovakian community. And the head of my Czechoslovakian community is Mr. Donald Trump Jr. from Czechoslovakia in Texas. It's insane. It's insane. Let's continue to hear this.
Were not. When they were afraid to speak their minds, when they were afraid of what a professor would say, when they were afraid that they would be shouted down by their peers, Charlie was there, showing them that they could be courageous and that they could be bold. Charlie was a visionary. He was a luminary.
Charlotte shut me down a bunch of times when I wrote down to him on his broadcast. The same as this guy shut me down. The same as Donald Trump in Truth. The same they are doing right now in Rumbler. The same they have done in YouTube. The same they have done on Instagram. They have shut me down every time because I just tell you, you are not a color. There is only one human race. There is not many human race. Yes, they shut down me when I say that. They shut down me. They completely censor me when I tell you, all of you are immigrants in the American continent, unless you are an Apache, unless you are a Mascalero, unless you are a Hong Kong, a Navajo, unless you are an original Mexica. You are an immigrant. You are not a settler. You are nothing but destruct people that come here and steal and lie to take over other people's land and identity. And then you tell me that you are the good guy and the greatest and the greatest. So let's continue. I haven't got to the point where I want to show you what the reality of what these people are doing.
He brought together people. He didn't just teach people how to speak. He didn't just teach people what to say. He didn't just teach people they could actually speak their mind on campus. He created a whole social network for an entire generation of young people. I know people who met their husband.
I can say this, he might taught a lot of weak minds how to speak and a lot of weak minds how to think, but didn't teach that one. They give him a nice, I don't know, high-speed bullet. I can tell you that. No me.
Who met their wife, who met the best man at their wedding at a TPUSA event. Because as you guys all know, it's not just about speaking our mind, it's about making friends along the way and creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government.
There we go. That is what I wanted to be. I wanted to be here.
And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government. And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government.
So you guys understand what is it that these people are doing. These people have no interest whatsoever in advancing humanity. These people, what they're doing is creating gang membership. Make a section of the population feel good and strong and powerful, and utilize them to control the rest. They are not a government anymore. They are a gang membership. That is what Donald Trump administration is. So let's listen to this again.
And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government. And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government.
Amazing. Amazing. Just amazing. Listen to this again.
And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government. And creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government.
There you have it. Staff the current federal government. What they're doing is creating a gang membership to control the government of the United States of America, to control the masses. And what is it that you do? Well, you spend your time complaining about my farm, complaining about I'm black, complaining about I'm brown, complaining about this color code, complaining and complaining and complaining, while they have sold your nation to the entire planet for the past now, 75, 80 years. Yes, Mr. Romney from Utah sold your country, and then and then he goes around saying that he's an American, while the Mexicans save his life and the life of his family and the entire Utah community of American that believe in Mr. Smith book wrote down by some kind of god in gold. And the other warrior Mary exes wanted to lynch him and finally did and ran them where? To Mexico. And that is to this day they still up there sheltering. And now they have created a gang membership to control the state of Utah, making Utah one of those crazy religion thing where the Constitution of the United States of America and the separation of state and religion does not matter. The same is in this case with Mr. Charlie. It does not matter the Constitution of the United States of America. All they're concerned with is create a gang membership. A gang membership bases on lie and the destruction of the Constitution of the United States of America. A censorship. They're censoring me. They're censoring others. So the only resource to open up to how can I say bent in most people, most of these young people is to just pick up a rifle and kill you, literally kill you, like happened in this case. So who is at fault? Is it my fault that I speak the truth and tell you that you are not an American, that you are a United States of American national, and you should follow the Constitution of the United States of America? Is it me, the enemy, the one that is telling you that they are not such a thing as many races? There is only one race, one species. And each species is an organism, and this organism will change in every generation because we are two. Everyone is made out of two, your mother and your father. And your pigmentation will change. The size of your bone will change. And that is where we need to be looking at. So, am I your enemy because I tell you there is a difference in between a nationality, a citizenship of a political jurisdiction? There is a difference in between a jurisdiction and an ethnic group, a jurisdiction, a political jurisdiction, and a geographical name. So, I am the enemy because I tell you that? Am I the enemy because I'm telling you we need to destroy this idea of craziness, creating gang membership and destroying ethnicity, languages, religion, name of geographies to accommodate that, to accommodate gang membership power? That is called democracy. And that is why, in my opinion, democracy has to be destroyed. Democracy is a condition reflex to make people kill one another and separate one another. And Mr. Socrates died for it and informed us long ago of the reality of what democracy is. So let's go out there and change democracy. Let's go out there and destroy all this gang membership. And let's go back to the basis of advancing humanity, finding out a way to measure our work, to disseminate every ability of any human on the planet equally, where we all advance, not just some of us, where we don't have Palestinian Americans and we do not have Israelis Americans and Cubans Americans and all these Polacos Americans, where we have one singularity, where we have humans on planet Earth. And that is the only way out. This primitivism that we observe out here with this guy with the forehead adorned with a dot like myself right now, those have to disappear and only be utilized in a worship environment where we remember our ancestors and how we got here. So go out there and find out who is your father and your mother. before you. Saludos.